Today on Toy Shiz, Wingnut and Screwloose return. Let's talk toys. Welcome back, everyone. Toy Shiz here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another fresh look. And today we are totally checking out the brand new NECA Toys Target exclusive Cartoon Ninja Turtles Wingnut, which is a Batman type character. Gorgeous artwork on the box, right? All day. And Screwloose, the mosquito guy who's yellow with a green belly. Can't make this stuff up. The box art is fantastic. It's eye-catching. It is humongous. I was grabbing this off the shelf and had to laugh because sitting in the cart, it's a ridiculously big box. And here's everyone involved with the creation of these figures, so thank you very much for that. And here's the barcode as well. They are starting to hit Target stores, and that's where I found mine. Now, if you're not familiar with Wingnut and Screwloose, of course, there are many versions of these characters, but we'll focus primarily on the Turtles cartoon by which these figures originate. They took over a boarding school or something. They're evil space aliens in this version. But of course, I know them best from the Archie Comics series, whereas they were introduced in Wild Things. And they have a really cool backstory. Their home world was destroyed by Krang, and they're trying to get revenge, and they end up joining the Mutanimals. So there's a lot more going on with them story-wise in terms of the Archie Comics. And then, yes, they of course were murdered at the end of the series, right? God dang. But in either case, this is going to be a blast. I am very excited. I'm a huge fan of Wingnut and Screwloose, one of my favorite action figures from the old Ninja Turtles line. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is a look at the brand new Target exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series Wingnut and Screwloose by NECA Toys. And while I got all you Wingnuts and Screwlooses here, I just want to say thanks so much for checking out my video. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Old toys, new toys, daily news updates. I guarantee you'll find something here that you like. Now, let's talk everything Wingnut and Screwloose, because you get a lot of accessories like these cool mini comics. You fold them yourself, and there's not much going on inside, but I like the idea. That's pretty cool. You get the alien invaders, you got Bugman, and you know these are straight from the cartoon. You do get a wild sticker sheet as well. You can put the stickers anywhere you want. Maybe if you got the big backdrop, you could do that. And there's also the W. And if you know the old Playmates toy, yeah, that's the one. This sticker right here actually originates from the case of the Hot Kimono episode. And you can put it on Splinter's kimono if you'd like. Wingnut also gets a bevy of hands to change out, like open hands and weapon hands and fisted hands. So really nice, and they're all painted beautifully. And then you get this giant space weapon gun. And it is painted fantastic. It is straight out of the Ninja Turtles series. It's just amazing. They did a fantastic job bringing forth a cartoon space weapon, right? And putting it into a 3D toy. That is so cool to see. And as a bonus, you do get a flight stand as well. Now, I'll tell you that it will support the weight of Screwloose, but Wingnut, yeah, he's a big, heavy guy. Speaking of Screwloose, though, this is fantastic. They do such a great job with bringing the cartoons to life in a way that we've not had figures for these before, ever. And just the way that they look and the way they feel, they're so cool. They're little mini art pieces, and that's what I love about this cartoon Turtles line. And he's got articulated wings and heads and arms and everything for days. The big old needle nose right there. He has a ball joint on his head, so you can get him to look up and to the side. And it all works pretty dang good. I love the teeth on him. He's got these really nice wings. Really just simplistic. The black just elevates it, right? Gives it that cartoon look. But you can fold them back and twist them as well. And then he's got this tail right here, which will rotate. Kind of goes with his green belly. He has some arm articulation, shoulders, elbows. They'll spin. He's got hand articulation. And it's all pretty solid. Didn't have to heat up anything on Screwloose, so that's nice to see. He's got some legs, and he's got single jointed knees, and he'll spin at the knees as well. And on his spats, they can rotate, and you can move them up and down. So a lot of articulation in this mini figure. Also spin at the waist as well. So you get a nice range of motion overall for a little mini alien mosquito guy. But the big mamma jamma himself, in more ways than one, he's a huge, hefty figure. I'll tell you that. This Wingnut is amazing. I love the way that this thing looks. He's hefty, he's big, he's got the big old cell-shaded look with all the lines and everything to him. It's a home run figure. It's also really nicely articulated. He's got these big moobs, or I should say bubes, right? Because he's a bat guy, he's got bubes. He's got these big old clodhopper feet that keeps him nice and balanced, and I love the pouches in his butt, and he's got this little mini bat tail, which is articulated, and his wings are fantastic, and they painted the back of the wings, unlike the old Playmates toy. But the story goes is that, yeah, he was kind of, well, at least in the comic, he was born crippled, and he uses these mechanical wings to help him fly. So later on, his wings end up starting to work. But yeah, for now, we'll just say this works beautifully. And they will rotate, and they will fold back. And they just look so cool with all the machinery and the parts, the pieces, and the way it's kind of busting through the back of his costume and down to his legs and the shell shading. And you got everything going on. His face is great. Although I will say the two front teeth, the little fangs in the front, are kind of lost in the paint, unfortunately. But the wings and everything else, just the rockets, man, they went to town on this. And he's got some pretty good articulation to him as well. I really liked his wingnut goatee, right? His big old nose, his bat nose and ears and everything else, and his Batman mask. And he will rotate, we'll say upper bubes kind of rotation. He's not going to crunch or do anything like that, but you get some nice articulation in the arms, and he'll swivel, and he's got basically double jointed elbows. And what's nice is that, again, like Screwloose, not much to heat up on old Wingnut. So I appreciate that, but I'll show you just the one area. Go easy in the legs. I did have to heat those up because, yeah, they were just very stuck, especially with this leg right here. So I just tell you, go easy. You don't want to break anything or snap anything. But as soon as I heat it up, it works perfectly. And he's got ankle rocker and everything else. So it's just a really nicely done figure, and they just really showed this guy some love. I love that you can adjust the wings and pull him down, push him up. So home run, full blown, especially when you pair him up with the Ninja Turtles. These are bigger figures. Well, not so much Screwloose, but you see the difference in the height right here with Wingnut, and Screwloose was a bigger character, unlike his comic book counterpart. So everything is to scale, and it looks really nice, especially when you're building up the Mutanimals. Now, it wasn't a thing in the whole cartoon series, but hey, you got Leatherhead, Mondo Gecko, Wingnut, Screwloose. We're on our way. Now we just need Jaguar, Dreadmon, and Man Ray, right? Or Ray Fillet, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, this just looks fantastic to me. And like I said, Wingnut, he's one of those bigger characters, especially with his wings and such. Kind of gives, we'll say, the more singular characters like Muckman a run for his money. But nothing is cooler than seeing the old Playmates toys Wingnut and Screwloose versus this new one. And like I said, you can put the W on this new one if you'd like, but I think I'm going to keep it just like this for now. These are just two cool figures. Now, I used to put my Screwloose on the back of my Wingnut all the time, and I'm happy to say that if you wanted to, yeah, you could definitely achieve that with the new Wingnut and Screwloose. Screwloose, again, he's a bigger character in this version, but it brings back all the nostalgia. And another thing is that they photograph really nicely too. I really just love the way these came out. They hold their weapons, they hold their accessories. Sure, you can give Screwloose all the comic books, give him the Bugman issue, of course, and Wingnut's got his big old space laser alien rifle, and he just looks good holding it. And that just, to me, says it all. That's just a fantastic piece of art right there on your shelf. You pose him once, and you leave him be. And just for nostalgic purposes, you give him the old Playmates weapons with the grenade and the gun. It actually doesn't look too bad, to be quite honest with you. Use the stand as well. Now, I'll tell you all day again that Wingnut, he's entirely too heavy for this stand. So use it with Screwloose if you use it at all, because yeah, it's not going to be able to support the weight, nor will you really be able to grab a spot on Wingnut that can really hold him up. So just be careful with that. So that's really going to wrap it up for my look at the brand new NECA Toys Wingnut and Screwloose Target exclusive Cartoon Turtles set. If you haven't already guessed it, yeah, I'm a big fan of this set. I'm a big fan of just Wingnut and Screwloose, so I'm a bit biased in that sense, but they really did do a good job, and I can say that the amount of accessories, everything, all the attention to detail, they really look at the episodes. They bring forth little Easter eggs and such. I mean, just the fact they colored Screwloose's weird belly, where he's green on the front, yellow on the back. It looked like some kind of animation error in the actual cartoon, but I like that they did that. It looks cool. And just Wingnut's wings, and just the fact that finally his wings are fully painted back and front, that is so cool to me. The scaling is correct. The weapons, the look from the show, they nailed it. So I highly recommend this set if you're into the cartoon turtles. But I am curious to know what you guys think about this new set. Is it for you? Will you be grabbing? Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything Wingnut and Screwloose. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, definitely read up on the Archie Comics series. I think you'll really enjoy that if you've never given it a look. It's one of the best tales of the Ninja Turtles to date. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.